Hey everybody, Ryan Brooks here. I know you're doing well. Thanks for checking out the video. I named this video Why the Alternative Media is a Joke because I just want to put some of my thoughts out there from my own experience and from what I see now in 2015. As someone that's been keeping up with the play-by-play of the social, economic, financial, spiritual, and moral collapse of the West, being a part of it as a radio host and someone who's in the alternative media. I still do a weekly podcast with Chris Duane where we talk about some news, but also being a consumer of the alternative media as well, going to the news sites, checking out the articles, wasting my life in the comments, reading what other people have to say and things like that. And I just want to put it out there, like, this is why the alternative media is a joke, okay? If you look at the biggest names in the alternative media, for the most part, what do they push, right? The most popular channels, the most popular identities in the alternative media, what do they push? They push fear. They push irrational fear. And to me, that's just as bad as the corporate media. They just want to scare you. And okay, you can talk bad about the people who push fear, and then you get a lot of heat and say, hey, why are you being divisive? We got to stay together, blah, blah, blah. And see, that's the other reason why, though, that the alternative media is a joke. It's because of all the people that follow it and that really believe that they're going to change the world without changing themselves. And I get a real taste of that being able to work with Chris Duane. You know, this is just a small-time YouTube channel. I stopped putting all my effort into YouTube after last year when they deleted my channel that I put a lot of time and effort into, built up the subscribers, and it just showed, you know, if YouTube doesn't want you online, they'll take you down. So since then, I've been kind of quiet. I haven't put that much effort into it because I've seen how easily all your effort could be taken away. But working with Chris and seeing the comments and the feedback you get when you're trying to put a positive message out there, positive ideas for people, other people, to empower them and motivate them, and you put it out on the Greatest Truth Never Told channel with 92,000 subscribers, and every time, the positive videos, the empowering videos, the motivational videos, every time they do the worst. 5,000 views, if that, right? And the videos that are the most successful on his channel are the fear-based, right? The worst places to be when the dollar dies, the 3 coming false flags, the end of the world, collapse, blah, 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 blah. That tells me more about the consumers of the alternative media than the alternative media themselves. And that's why, ultimately, the alternative media is a joke. Because the only way to be successful in the alternative media is to pander to all the cowardly, wimpy people out there that want to be weak. And I'm just getting this off my chest. I'm not going after anybody in particular. That's not the point of this. I hope for you to be able to reflect upon yourself and ask yourself if you're suffering from these consequences or from these problems. We just put a video out from a podcast weeks ago. If I rest, I rust. And it's on this video channel. You know, it's got like 30 views or something. Chris put it on his channel. It's got over 1,000 in just one day. But the comments from people, like this guy goes out of his way to say, well, after a hard day work, I just like to come home and rest. Like, why in our society do we feel the need to, like, make sure you know that I take great pride in being weak? I take great pride in being mediocre. Why do we feel so like it's our right to tell you that I will choose to be weak, right? Just like the God Help Us video. I'm going to hold up my Bible and hide behind it. How dare you tell me not to pray for help? How dare you tell me I have all the answers within myself, right? How dare you? How dare you tell me to grow up and be a man? Well, recently I found a book. It's entitled King, Warrior, Magician, Lover by Robert Moore and Douglas Gillette. It's an incredible book. If you're a man, I recommend you check it out. It's going to help you in many ways. But I want to read you a quote from Robert Moore in this book. He says that ours is an age of envy in which laziness and self-involvement is the rule. Anyone who dares to stand above the crowd is dragged back down by his lackluster peers. We need a great rebirth of the heroic in our world. Only a massive rebirth of courage will help rescue the world. And I'm just saying the alternative media is a joke because they do not foster the heroic archetype. They do not foster the warrior archetype, and those are archetypes that men are going to need to have in the future, and they need it today. I mean, we do not see the adult masculine archetypes in our society. If you read that book, you know what I'm talking about. We don't have warriors, we don't have kings, we don't have magicians, we don't have lovers. We have the shadow, bipolar, passive-aggressive versions of those. And alternative media, again, they're a joke because they pander to that. They cannot be taken seriously because all the people that support them with their time, attention, money, and views, ultimately, for the most part, from my experience, for the ones that are active and put their opinion out there, they don't want to help themselves. They want to be helped by others. and it's pitiful, it's shameful. And when people demand on letting you know that, yes, I am mediocre, how dare you? I'm just not going to pander. I do not pander. So that's why ultimately, to me, the alternative media is a joke. They pander. The people that consume them every day want to be pandered to. They're not going to make the tough decisions, and when things get hard, they're going to be up just as much of a creek as the sheeple and all the stupid people that they get mad and rant about that are voting for Obama and things like that that are bad, right? So that's all I have. From my experience, the less media you consume, the better off you're going to be. If you don't believe me, just don't go on the computer for a week and see what happens to your mind. If you're feeling sad, you got some problems, just do some burpees. Stop looking at the damn news. Stop looking at these people who make money. They make money off of your fear. That's the other thing. They make money off of you. Like all the hits they get on their channel when they're showing you pictures of vehicles, UN vehicles that are 20 years old, and they're trying to tell you that this is the new martial law. I just got this from somebody, and people believe it. I mean, look at the Jade Helm phenomena. It's just disgraceful. So I just want to make sure that people that follow my channel know, like, I am a free-thinking, one-of-a-kind individual, and I will not pander. I choose to have quality over quantity. I will not pander to weaklings, and it's very sad that so many people insist on being weak. So don't be weak. The alternative media is a joke, and I said that's all I got. It's really all I got. I hope you have an empowering, awesome day. Get the most out of your life. You only live once, okay? And it's not worth it to waste your time sitting around consuming fear. It's a joke. You're better than that. I'll catch you later.